This week on Cars and Things Restos, we're back into Mako. Good morning guys, we're here at the Holden Bottom Walk. Welcome back to Cars and Things Restos. Well, yes, we're back. Getting stuck into Mako. So I just started stripping off that yellow fucking shit that was on it. It's only really on this side and the roof. We're going to take the roof right back to metal. See how we go here, I'm not sure. See what brother reckons. Sand all that back. Started sanding this side here back. It's going to come up pretty good. There is a dent though, just here. Sticking out there. So we'll have to knock that in. So we'll get stuck into it and see if we can get the roof done. Strip it back to metal. Get it in epoxy and see what it comes up like. Brother's got to do a little bit of shrinking on the roof for me because it's got a little bit of that in it. So I'll get him to shrink it back with the shrink disc and see how it comes back. I've just got to grind those welds back on there and take all that crap off of there and we'll get her into epoxy, I think. We'll see how we go. Alright, she's all stripped back. Brother's on the other side, stripping that one back. Got a couple little dents here I'm going to have to repair. Other than that, it's pretty straight. It's pretty nice. So all back to metal. Brother's just doing the other side. I've got to do the seals and that as well. And then onto the roof. I'll keep plodding away. Right side done. Oh, it's pretty good. Fuck, it's straight. It's just perfect. It's like a brand new panel being fucking welded on there. Apart from just where I welded that video, there's a little bit of a dip there, you can feel. So we'll, once we've epoxied it, we'll be able to see how deep it is and whether the high build will take it out or whether we've got to put a bit of filler in it. We'll wait and see, but it's really nice. So, I know it's pretty hard to hear. Brother's over there grinding the seal back, taking the paint off. So I hope you can hear me. So I've decided to leave the fuel filler in it. Because I can't see any other way of filling the fuel cell without opening the boot. I did think about putting a fuel cap here, drilling a hole and putting it in there and relieving the boot. So when inside the boot, I'll show you. In the boot cavity, looks like this. I was going to cut this section out and plate it all back down and have that all taken out. So it had heaps more clearance for a fuel cap. So this, when you shut the boot, the fuel cap was in here. But for the letter of the law, you still got to open the boot to fill it. So you're not actually filling it from outside the car. So I don't know if it's, I'd have to talk to an engineer, but my point of view, you're still opening the boot, so you're not filling it from outside the car. So the thoughts is we're going to leave it like this. We're going to run a fuel filler in through here, through there. We'll seal it off and it'll go straight into the fuel cell. And that way we can fill it from there and we'll just see if we can close the gap up on there and make it a bit neater. So that's what we decided to do. As you can see, brother's getting stuck in. He's got all the paint off that seal there, taking it off up the pillar. We took all the off up here. We cleaned all this up, so we want to have fucking perfect, so we can run a new bead of Sikaflex when we put the guard back there. But it's all coming along. only been spent, probably been on the last 2 hours. We've got all that off. So, yeah, there, I have only sanded that paint on there. That's underneath the bumper. The paint isn't too bad. It's pretty good. When you give it a rub back, it's pretty good. So I'm not too worried about what's under the bumper, because you're not going to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to brother. We'll see. It's not going to take long to take it off. We'll see. We'll have a chat about that. Anyway, we'll keep plugging away. Alrighty. This morning we're playing with the roof because some fucking numbskull jumped on the roof and stretched it all, haven't they, brother?
Yeah.
So brother's just going through and heating it up and shrinking all the metal back to make the roof tight. As you can see what he's doing there, he just gets it hot in a spot, puts cold water on it, and it just cools back.
Yeah. As it cools down, she shrinks up tight.
We're going to do it right across because it's just, oh, it's getting tighter already, brother. But it was just, you might be able to see it here. See that oil cans?
They've stretched it when
because someone's jumped on the roof, so we're going to have to go through and do this to the front as well and bring it back so it's really, it's all right in the middle here, it's all right there, so we'll do that and get it as tight as we can and see what it comes up like. So there you see, we went through and heated it all up, and it's so much tighter now. It's like it should be.
A little bit of flex, we've just got to keep going a bit more here. It's a bit more, a lot better, a bit more there.
And
that's tight there.
It's getting there.
Long process.
We're going to have to give it a skim. There's dents all over where, as I said, someone's jumped on the roof. We'll have to skim coat it, but you know what, it probably would have got it anyway.
No, you want it 100% flat.
Yeah, it's got to be flat as, so. But yeah, all right, it's coming along, it's looking pretty good. It's shitload better than what it was anyway. Absolutely wrapped the way it's coming along. All right, we'll keep motoring on. Okay. Got our Recaro seat for Mako. They're in the white stitching. So from this to this. Okay, I think the white was a bit bland for a red car, so we've gone for red stitching. Let me show you how I did it. Yeah. So the trick was, I went and bought a red Sharpie, okay, and I just went around and coloured in each stitch. I'll show you how it works. And as you can see, when I put the, is that a bit blurry? When I put the red Sharpie on the stitch, it just sucks the red ink straight out through into the stitch. So if I just sit it on there, you can see it just sucks the ink out and changes it. Get a bit closer. I put it there. Oh. Did it change colour? So not only is it just sucking in the ink on the top side, it'll be going right through the stitch underneath it as well. And it'll probably depend how long I left it on there. That's how I did it. And we changed it, the whole seat stitching to red. Alright, I'll get stuck into it. Go, done. All coloured in red. So it's just a red Sharpie fine point, which is a permanent marker. As you can see, permanent marker, so it's not going to come off on your white Summernats shirt when you're driving around at Summernats. And it's going to match Mako in its cherry black colour a lot better, in my opinion. They look tough as. So also the steering wheel, when we get a steering wheel, I'm going to try and get one with red stitching as well. Or maybe I might get one with white stitching and do the same, because then it'll come out as the same colour. It's exactly the same colour, so because I don't know, it's not a bright red. It actually, I reckon it's going to suit it really, really good. It looks more maroon than red. I'm really happy with that, because going with a cherry black or black cherry outside colour, it's going to look sweet. Hey, I brought me seats out, sit them in the Mako. Trav was saying maybe we should try and put single seats in it, in the back, just have individual, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. But I just think it just doesn't look right. It sits too high, I reckon. You got no gap between the back window. Just my thoughts. If it was a bloody 4 inches lower, it'd be alright. Just, I don't think it's going to work. So it looks like I'm going to have to get a rear seat covered in the same sort of material as the front ones, I reckon. But trying to get that happening, I don't know. I don't think I'll get that done here in Mildura. If anybody out there knows of a really good upholsterer that can be able to do a back seat in the same material, hit me up, send me a message so I can contact them. Alright, I'll keep on plugging away. I believe they're going to look bloody tough sitting in the front though. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. I might come up a little bit once I put some runners on them. Pretty happy with that. Alrighty. So I've been playing with this inner guard here, trying to get it as smooth as I can. It's pretty close. I just got to put a little bit of, probably might be able to put a little bit of glaze putty in here, and it'll bring it up a lot neater. As you can see just there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, there's a little bit of a low, just there and there and there. So I'll just have to fix them up, a couple of bits here. Other than that, it's pretty flat, but being in the engine bay, it's not like having to look down the side of the car and the quarter panel. It doesn't have to be dead straight like that is, but I just wanted to put a little bit of filler in there to hide all these imperfections. See all the spot welds from when they spot welded all they spot weld all this inner bracket and everything in. That's what I wanted to hide all that. And it's coming up pretty nice. Pretty happy with it. So I want to go all the way around here. It needs a little bit around here, and I'm going to try and get it around here as well and make it look nice and neat. So I've got the well, if you have a look at that lip there, I filled it all with fiberglass around there, so hopefully it's not going to crack out. I don't know if it will crack out or not. Hopefully it doesn't move. So that's then I've just put a little bit of filler straight over the top of it. It just needs a little bit more. It's not bad, it feels pretty nice. So all this here is nice. That the dent I bashed out of there's a little bit of filler in there, probably about maybe mil to half a mil. It's really nice that there, it looks really neat now. Pretty happy with that. So anyway, it is coming along. So I've still got a fair bit to do in this engine bay, so I've still got to do all that side over there yet, where I welded the patch in for the aircon, and where the patch I welded in there for the clutch. And I also want to fill all this in along here as well, and the welds along here, so I'll have to skim coat all that and see if I can flatten it back. But getting there, slowly. So the front radiator support's all not too bad. I'm just going to put some filler in there over top of that fiberglass, and the same with this little sucker here. Don't know what that is. Brother must have wiped some fucking leftover filler over it, but it's looking pretty good. There's the other side, and no, a bit hard to see with that shit. I might have to rub it back. Anyway, it's all happening, slowly but surely. Marco's getting there. Alrighty, that's probably going to do it for this episode. I'm going to keep on smashing this out. Brother's going to start giving me a hand now. We can get back onto it. We're still doing Dave's ute over there as well, the 1 tonner. We've got to try and get the front end done on that. So hopefully tomorrow I can smash out this other side and then start on the firewall. And the engine will be done, engine bay will be done. And then we can probably put the doors back on it and start getting them all nice and straight and neat. Not that they need much, but I just want the gaps and everything where they're along the side, so they just sweep straight down the side. But anyway, we're getting there. Oh, good. All right. Don't forget to jump on and subscribe if you haven't. And hit the bell, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Cheers!